Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be part 2 on the 2010 Ford Mustang from Massachusetts. Elton, this is your computer. So I contacted him. He approved the repairs complete. I'm glad that he did. So as usual, I have everything pretty much ready to go. All right, so I have the computer ready, and I have, as I did before, I have the one inside. I think it's the fan, which I have marked as a fan. We will have the AC, which is connected to pin 14 in here. That's for the AC relay. And I have one of the O2 sensors kind of like right there. So I have 3 test lights ready to go for this test. As we noticed on the last video, if you haven't seen that video, I will put the link in the description. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. That really help my channel growth, and also YouTube to to show my videos or promote my videos more. I mean, this is all free content. If you help me with your subscription, that really helped me a lot, because again, they will promote more and more my videos. Thank you so much. If you have subscribed, thank you for visiting the channel. All right, so on the screen, I have also, well, the computer right now, I have the scanner and everything in here. I also have my website in there. So if you have any computers, instrument cluster for marine or automotive, and you need to send for repairs, please look for MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. So I was saying, just look for MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. If you open the website, I'm going to put the links to my website on the title of the video, so you can copy and paste it from there. When you open this website, you have my email right where I'm with a red arrow and the telephone number. And you have this white box in here that says, click here to fill this form to send a module. When you click in there, that will download a Word document for you to print and fill and sign and include it on the box with the modules or modules, right? The other box is click here to mail us, and you have my address in there. Again, just a short commercial on that way. All right, so we are here now. Let me put the scanner on the screen. So give me 1 second for that. I want to make sure that it's not covering everything, and it is now. So let me set the size of that window and position. I'm going to move it probably right there, and I'm going to make it just a little tiny smaller. Yeah, I think that works. And let me, yeah, right. That is, yeah, it's not covering any of the test light. No, it's not. Or so we are good to go with the test. The computer is not powered on, so I'm going to first power on, and I'm using the top-down Phoenix Max as it shows in the screen. The reason I'm doing that is because on Ford, even if I use a Snap-on or Autel, the output test that I can perform with top-down is not in either of those scanners. So please check yours. If you see so, my SUS is not in the latest update. I think it's only one missing. And Autel is probably being a year, and I have not updated because I don't need to, and I don't want to lose the topology and some other things that if I update, I might lose. So that's the reason of that. All right, so the BCI is now powered on. So I'm going to power the computer on completely. One thing that I wanted you to show, because you have not seen probably this on the other video. Well, if you have not seen the video, the O2 sensors are only going to come on with the vehicle running, or at least a test, only when you put the ignition on. So you see that flickering of that light? That is the computer sending a test voltage to activate for a fraction of a second the O2 sensors, and I show that even at the first time when he's in the computer, they were all working. So I replaced all the components, and then the reason I'm doing the test now is to make sure that the component I install, even though they're original, they can fail. And I want to make sure that I always send the computers back to my customers fully tested. I also in that video show all the connections and pinouts and powers and grounds, and I have a full list for the Mustang. So if you want to see more of this, and I have show this repair that I done in here completely in there. Again, just look for my playlist and go for Mustang GT or Mustang, and then you will find the complete repair in there. This is a test after repair for a customer, and I also show where you cannot do with the scanners or other scanners that you can do with top-down in here. All right, so we have that. Let's do an auto scan. This should read the bin number. Oh, I'm actually clicking on an image and not the scanner. All right, so let me click on auto scan. This should read the VIN number of the vehicle, no issues. Let's just wait for that to happen. All right, that's a good sound. So yeah, it is a Mustang GT 2010, and his VIN numbers ends in 134-74757. I think I have it on his folder, which I don't think I have open. I was working in another computer previous to this one, so give me just 1 second. And 2010 Mustang right here. So yeah, the VIN number is 134-757. He had AC relay faults. I actually had the list in here because I saved that for the first video, so you can see all the fault codes in there. P0645, P04 A0, P0443, P0161, P0141, and P0135. The last ones are for the O2. The 443 is the evap purge valve. The 480 was for the fan 1, and the first one was the AC. All the rest, the only one that I was able to reproduce in here, doesn't mean that it still fail in the car. It was the AC. The rest were activating, and I was able to deem and show that on the first video. So if you have not watched it again, please go in and look for that video. I'm going to put them in the description of this one. All right, so let's go into quick access. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, so it's not a super long video or anything. So it's actually, you know, this is a COM bus communication, so it's very, very quickly. And this is a very capable scanner. A lot of people ask me which scanner you recommend. It's not really a perfect scanner, not even the factory. Sometimes a scanner like this can do what factory will not even let you to do it. All right, so I'm going to enter the PCM. That's what I'm doing right now. Programming, I will use for Ford's IDS, or the new one in FGDS or something like that, I think is the name. All right, and here we're going to go into actuation tests. I'm in pin 6 connected, so let me actually get the wire diagram for the fan. I have complete engine wire diagrams in here. So the one for the fan, just to make sure that I am connected to that one and not to the evap. AC relay, cooling fan, complete, because I'm in pin 6. Yeah, pin 6 will be for the evap. I can already know that. So if I go over to the evap, which I name all right here, so that's the number 6. What is this? Your payment method. What is this showing in here? That's weird. All right, so the test that I'm running now is for the evap purge or evap CP. That's how Ford names it, and I'm connected in pin 6. So let's do that test first. You were not even looking at the diagrams. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget to change that. But yeah, so I was checking on the diagrams to see where I'm connected. I'm in pin 6 and the connector E. I have put a letter E, B, and T. E for engine, B for body, and T for transmission. And that's how Ford has named them. All right, so there is 2 ways to actuate that evap valve. One is an on and off, which is the one I'm entering right now. That will be that one that we have in there. So I'm going to click it on. Okay, didn't work. Am I in the correct pin? Let me sure I have power too. Well, the O2 work. Sure I'm not out of the pin because I move that computer a lot. 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it one more time. Let me use a power onto that. I'm going to unplug it from here. Oh, you see, it wasn't doing connection. I just saw that on. It was on all the way. To always double check your connections and your test equipment. You see, right there. So yeah, I mean, a loose connection can misguide you. I always double check and triple check my connections, but yep, it is on. Okay, so let's turn it off. and we can see that off. One more time, on and off. So it is working perfectly. Perfect. I'm like, what's going on? The other way that I can do a test on that valve is by amperage. So this is very unique with this tool. So I'm going to increase the amperage first, 0.2, and you can see, let me turn this light off. Now you can see that better. So 0.2 amps is dimmed. I'm going to increase it slowly. Now we got 0.4, and you can see the change on the light bulb brightness. 0.6, 0.8, and then 1 amp. All right, so let's go down to 0.2, and we can immediately see how nice and dim, or the computer is in complete control, right? So that is no doubt about it. All right, so we're going to get out of here. That will turn off the output, which is perfect. So I'm going to move it over to the fan, which is also one of his concerns, which is in pin 7 on the same connector. I just did that. So let's do the lowest speed fan. So the lowest speed control fan is in pin 7. We're going to just do the same thing. This is going to be an on and off. So on, and we can see that nice and bright, and then off. So that output is working 100%. These tests in here are very unique to a specific output. So when I'm activating the fan, it's only the fan. When I'm activating the purge valves, let's call it, right, it's only for that specific. But in here, which is very unique to this tool, is this order menu where it says output test mode. So when I select that test, it's key on, engine off, very specific. Even though it says in here, let's read that. This parameter indicates the state of the PCM powertrain control module output test mode. If the output test mode is on, then all PCM, again, the power control module, output devices are turned on except for cooling fans and injectors. Well, I will also add in there O2 sensors. The O2 sensor heaters will not run. And the reason they will not come on is because if the car is warm and you activate a O2 sensor already with an engine warm for a long period of time, you will destroy that O2. So that is why in this output test, those output will not come on. And that is very on all. All right, so let's click OK. Again, when I'm activating this one, the rest of the output, like the fan, and you will see, it says that the fan doesn't come on. Let's see if the fan doesn't come on. I'm connected to the fan. And also to the AC relay. So AC relay here. And then now the fan, the O2 will not come on. Let's turn this, let's add pit. So let's put the AC clutch. Let me go slowly to find a fan. Let me see if I can do this. 1 second, guys. Percentage, Mr. Ben Valve. All right, I selected the valves. As we see in there, we have the AC on, the AC clutch, the evap vapor management valve in amperage, and the fan low speed. So let's select this on, and we have only the AC relay. Even though the vapor management, it says that it's coming on, it's not coming on, and we know it's working because we see that before. Let's move that pin. So I'm going to turn this off. And let's move that pin from 7 to 6, which is for the fan. I was in the fan. I think I was actually in the fan. Pin 7. Let me just go into the wire diagram because I get confused sometimes. So pin 7. Pin 6 is the evap PC. So 7 is the fan. So yes, I was in the fan. I'm now in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I'm now in pin 6. So the fan didn't come on, which is as what that pop-up show us, right? So let's click it on. And in this case, it's true. So we have the evap management of the purge valve, on and the clutch on, so we got two test lights, and the fan doesn't actuate. You see, so that was actually completely truth. All right, so yes, so that actually part of those of that pop-up, it was true. So let's turn them off, and we can see how it's coming on. Oh, I cancel, so, and that is trims. Click OK. I click on the run button. Let's click on on, and we can see it right there. Fan low speed control is off. The rest are on. So the output test is on, the evap first valve is on, and the AC clutch is on. So Elton, now your computer is fully operational. Everything is tested and it's working good. So I will be sealing the computer and packing it up and getting it ready to be sent to you. Elton is about to celebrate his birthday. So again, Elton, happy birthday from My Salazar Diagnostics. God bless you, and I hope that you have a long life and a happy life with your family. See you next time. All of you, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.